Right. Have a glance at this and the next slide. And from your own perspective, tell me which of those influencing tactics would work best on you. Just a rough idea. And then sort of why. What are the kinds of things that'll work on you from an influencing? And remember, when we define leadership, it's the ability to influence the actions of others. It's a very basic definition, but it's to influence behavior. Which of those influencing tactics would apply to you, would work for you? Sorry, I'm drinking cappuccino. Rational persuasion, nice. Okay, so you want evidence. I'm assuming you're a bit of a left-brain person. You like math and stats and numbers. Rational persuasion, okay, depth, very nice. Oh, yeah, no, Nyasha. Yeah, no, oh my gosh. Yeah, I can imagine you growing up. If you want me to clean my room, you have to give me money. If you want me to, you have to. Consultation, yeah, very much a good one. Rational and consultation, the exchange. So you would work well, and Yasha, under your transactional leadership, and you guys will get to it where transactional and transformational leadership sort of go hand in hand. Based on that, inspirational appeals. Okay, so are you quite religious, Ransom?
Yes.
Okay, it's interesting. It is interesting. So, if you think of a great leader, who would be your leader? Also,
Last
like
time,
inspiration.
from an
Which one?
inspirational perspective.
Yeah.
The last time I mentioned, what's his name? Come on, Donald
No,
Trump.
you can. Donald Trump. Oh dear. Donald Trump holding up the Bible outside that church in 2020, I think it was, is literally tantamount to Jeffrey Dahmer holding up a vegan cookbook outside a vegetarian restaurant. I mean, how did he not explode into flames? I mean, what's your favorite passage from the Bible? I don't have a favorite passage. That oak's never read the Bible. That oak doesn't even know what's inside the Bible. That oak keeps his whiskey flask inside a Bible. Oh gosh, the CIA must be listening. Okay, on the basis of that, which are your preferred styles? And yeah, you see, I'm also a consultation person. I don't react well to rah-rah and all that nonsense. You ask me what I think, and if you consult with me and you don't pay attention, well, then you're going to get me to do just as much as I need to do to stay out of trouble. I really believe that I'm fairly competent at the things that I do, and if you want to use my competence, then you ask me to, and I will give you my opinion. I will be consulted with, and that would depend on my contribution. Mind you, I say that I'm a bit of an OCD idiot as well, and that's the problem. Which of those do you use in terms of inspiring, in terms of getting other people done? Oh, you see, I just realized that Nyasha is here, and she'll say, no, 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 no. His approach is very much bully, fear, etc. Yeah, no, it's a wonderful, wonderful collaboration. Collaboration. Okay, so are we looking at the next slide? Oh, come on, please don't do this to me now. Collaboration. Yeah, collaboration is a wonderful win-win approach. Um, ingratiation. Anyone here use ingratiation? Where you do things and do things until someone owes you, and then you call in your favors. Anyone do that? Ingratiate, you do favors and you help, and then you call in your favors.
I think I might do that unintentionally. You know, you
okay, Kim.
Sort of what's it when you don't do it in your brain, but no, subconsciously, I think I might be that person. I try to not. I love helping others. I love doing those kinds of things. So I love praising. I love complimenting. But one can get to a point where you actually develop maybe some resentment against somebody because you've been helping and doing and helping and doing. And I think maybe subconsciously I might be guilty of that. Or one could.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're guilty of it. I mean, the problem is if you do it too much, you become a doormat, and it's expected. And yeah, but you don't live your life as a balance sheet, as a tick box. You know, I've done this, and this, and I'm now going to be called in favors. But I think, yeah, a lot of people get to a point where they become, yeah, just fed up with that kind of behavior. Justine, explain that a bit further. One of the main reasons I am not in industry anymore is shop stewards, to be honest with you. I would deal, shame, Justine, I would deal with shop stewards during the week, and they would give me endless headaches. And then on Saturday, they would attend courses with Varsity College. At that stage, I was working part-time in the business school, and they would be the nicest people in the world. I'd obviously still fail them because I'm a vindictive, so-and-so. But yeah, the reality is shop stewards is one of the main reasons I'm not in industry anymore, and left 25 years ago, actually, or 23 years ago. Yeah, I think it is a lot of that kind of, we've done you favors, now you have to give back. And that's also the way we negotiate in this country. It's this approach to, you demand a lot, we offer very little, and then through a process of compromise, we end up somewhere in the middle, which is the exact opposite of collaboration. Anyone here use their position? Who my apologies, guys, I still have that stupid lung infection. Tell us about it, Joanne. I'm large and in charge.
Yeah, I think it's inherent when you are a manager, and you have to use your position to get things done.
I think it is sometimes inherent that, especially in times of crisis, especially in times of people dragging their heels, I think sometimes it is about going, okay, enough is enough, and now you have to do it.
Yeah, it's about getting to follow policies and procedures and laws and those type of things. Sometimes you by default you coerce them into doing things.
I love the word coerce. Yeah, I think sometimes coercion is required. I think coercion is required, and that takes us to the next one. Pressure. Hi, Nyasha, how are you? Sorry, I'm being really, really horrible. Guys, sorry, I won't share anymore. It is problematic, in particular if managers have highly competent employees who are performing and they adopt that kind of tactic. But I think what Joanne is saying is at times it's necessary to bring people in line. Yeah. The danger is if when you tell competent people what to do, they start resenting and reacting. Yeah, and coalition tactics, it's that sort of in-group where you get people on your side and you sort of create this out-group and people then start working internally and convincing others that this is a good idea. Oh yeah, no, Mbuso, yeah, boy, yeah, I'm not very good at I think, Buso, you've spent a lot of time with me, and you know my attitude to anyone trying to manage me. It's not very good because I'm not an idiot and I'm hell of a competent, and I'm not very good with managers and titles and things. But the reality is micromanagement is frustrating as heck. Guys, coalitions, anyone build coalitions and try and create a groundswell of support and then try and get that groundswell to get other support and other people to support and get plans done, get things through. Yeah, that's another influencing tactic. Can I just ask, if you had to decide on two that you would hate most out of those, which two would it be? Oh, absolutely, Deborah. Project management, you need that groundswell of support. If you had to decide these are the two worst ones for yourself, pressure, yeah. Ah, there's nothing wrong with that. Pressure and legitimate. Okay. Personal appeal. Okay. Pressure. It's quite an interesting exercise because if you hate it, imagine how much your employees will hate it. I always think that coalition is bullying. Yeah, it is a form of bullying because you create an outgroup. If you don't buy in, you become slightly ostracized. But there is some positive elements to it. But if you don't come on board, you will get ostracized. Nomangezi. Yeah. Ingratiation, yeah, ingratiation is frustrating. Pressure, I have to admit, there is absolutely, Justine, a positive element. We see that in terms of resistance to change, that coalition building does work, and it almost is a positive thing that people who buy into change efforts, in particular change efforts that will save an organization, will sell the idea, will work with people to understand, and it does work. But there is the danger of people being excluded and becoming part of the outgroup. And when you're part of the outgroup, it means that you will sabotage and white ant and try and do everything in your power to prevent the change from happening. Just to say, guys, be very careful of the things you hate most, that you do those things to others. I think that to me is a key part or a key takeaway in this exercise. Guys, if we look then at the overt and covert categories, overt, yeah, and you can see there the ones that we've looked at. Covert is the ecology, and covert is, and we see it happening now. We, during 2020, saw this significant move towards work from home. And all of a sudden, yeah, absolutely, Debs, 100%. In all of a sudden, all those work from home people, and we see it happening with Facebook in particular now, that those work from home people are now being told that you have to return to work. It's a strange situation because 2 years ago, a year ago, people were using work from home as an additional benefit as part of their package. So the ecology, the layout of the office, the open plan, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Dilbert comedy strip. I don't know if anyone's even heard of Dilbert. It's the Ilbert. If you can open another screen. Oh, I can do it on here. Hold on a second. Being an idiot again. I'm just going to go office layout and see if we can find a pic that will show us. Yeah, there is. Come on, open. That's the Dilbert office layout, that cubicle type scenario. I don't know how well it's showing up your side. Oh, you should be able to see that. Let me see if I can get it to open again. And the truth is, that's part of that kind of ecosystem. Do you put people into those isolated pigeonholes, or do you have an open plan office? Do you put people in teams? Google is absolutely phenomenal in terms of the way they use the layout of the office in terms of creating this ecology, this environment that promotes motivation. Has anyone seen the Dilbert cartoons? HR is depicted as not a very nice department. Fantastic, and there's so much there's so much truth in that. So in terms of the ecology, it's that kind of control that Kim, yeah, 100%. Very accurate depiction of some of these awful organizations. But in terms of ecology, you can manipulate and control and coerce and influence people. The work from home one is a significant one in terms of, do you want your employees at work, or do you want to give them the freedom to work from home? My oldest kid works from home, and I think he's been employed, he's 27 and he's been working since, I think, 23. And for the first, I think, 3 years, he didn't even know where his office was. He was interviewed online, got the job online, didn't know where his office was. And 100%, Joanne. There's some industries that you simply can't. And I think he finally found out after 3 years where his offices were and went in. I think he's been in once or twice, although he lives within, gosh, I don't know, 3 kilometers of the office. But we see work from home as a massive draw card. But we see also people reverting to forcing people to go back to work. Facebook is a case in point. The industry, I mean, yeah, my son he codes artificial intelligence, so he can do that from anywhere. Any comments on work from home? Oh, absolutely. The IT
So
guys,
we've got an interesting household. Oh, sorry, go.
Okay. Oh, yes, tell me.
So our house is very interesting. My husband works for Vox Telecom. He's part of it. He heads up Nimbus, which is the cloud side of Vox.
Okay.
My mom works for a company that does below the line, they call advertising, which is branding and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And she does payroll. She's an accountant. So mom and husband sit downstairs in an office, and they have since the day of lockdown. And it works perfectly. Works absolutely perfectly. My husband's on calls all the time, earphones on, and it's like he's next to the people. And the CEO of Vox, Jacques, was not interested in the work at home story. And then when COVID hit, obviously some didn't have a choice, and they have literally downscaled to such a point that they hire officers on the hour. They don't need to be at the office.
The telling concept.
Yes.
It's
So
called telling,
I mean, it works. He's got he's got two of his top staff members, one in Durban and one in Cape Town. So yeah. So it works for them.
Wonderful. It's
Lovely,
wonderful.
Whitney. Whitney, do you know Barry Kemp?
Yes, I actually do.
Okay,
Very
and what
cool.
did you do at Vox?
So I worked for Vox Telecoms and I was part of the tenders department.
Okay, yes.
Yes, so
Okay,
Jacques
and
reported basically
yes.
directly under Jacques as well.
How cool is that,
And
guys?
now, Whitney,
Yeah.
where are you now?
At iTech.
Okay, they stole you. Did they steal you?
Yeah, they did. But funny story is it's right opposite Vox. So whenever I drive in, I
Yes,
pass Vox.
yes. That's so funny. That is excellent.
Oh my word. Well, can I just say Vox is my service provider? But it's not Vox that's the issue. It's the guys that provide
But
the
The installer, that's it. That's the hard part.
Mhm.
That's the very
Yeah.
hard part with I think you could even
The
say with
fiber is
AI in general.
constantly down.
Yes.
The
Oh,
fiber is
man.
constantly down. It's the most
And who's your
frustrating thing
fiber
in the world.
person? Who's done that?
I don't know.
should be
I'll tell you
Vumatel.
now. Vumatel,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah, it should
Vumatel.
be
Oh.
Vumatel.
And it's so bad
And you,
that I have a modem with 20 gig backup because our fiber
gee
is so
whiz.
inconsistent. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I work from home. Not as much, obviously, as your husband, but so this week for me is work from home, except last night I had face-to-face, and tomorrow afternoon and evening I have face-to-face. And then next week I start full face-to-face lectures again. But the reality is I can't risk trusting
No, you can't.
Vumatel. I can't.
True.
This is my life. And I can't drive to Varsity College to go and sit and do this from Varsity College. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh,
You actually
that's
can't.
cool. Yeah, that's very, very cool. Okay, so ecology, a big thing, guys. Just tell me what your offices are like. Who is in that like kind of hawky office where you're isolated from the world? Does anyone else work from home? Oh, very cool. Very cool. Nice, man. Who would struggle to work from home? Not because of industry, but this need. Oh, very nice. Okay, very, very nice. Yeah, Yvonne, very cool, man. Oh my word, Paul. Hybrid, that's very, very nice as well. Who would struggle to work from home? Not because, well, that's what I was going to ask, Whitney. I think some people have such a need to be in contact with others that work from home drives them insane. They have these social needs. Gosh. Yeah, it's very difficult. That relationship thing is very difficult. It's called self-control. Oh my word. You want to work from home. You want to be a housewife. I'm so sorry, Nomangezi. Are you married? Nomangezi, are you married?
Yes, I am. I am. I just married for love. So I can't
Oh
work
dear
from home as a
Lord, yeah,
housewife.
no. Don't marry for money, man. take on a side. You can't have a side chick. Take on whatever the male version of a side chick is. Holy nonsense. I'm the worst person. I've been married 36 years and I'm giving bad advice. Oh, dearie me, guys. I'm going straight to hell. And my side chick will be there waiting for me, and I'll know it's hell. Okay. Guys, if we then quickly look at the next phase, we're looking at strategy, and this is obviously what you guys would have done in third year as part of your, if you did it through Varsity College, that BMNG 7312, 7322 stuff. My apologies. So when we think of what strategy does, it really is about positioning the organization relative to the external environment. So from a strategy perspective, we find the external environment to be ridiculously insane, and we try and figure out somehow. I just want to do paint quickly. I need to put my artistic skills on show again. But if we look at the external environment, we realize very quickly that the external environment is this hodgepodge mengelmoes mess. We talk about this VUCA environment, volatile, uncertain, completely confusing, and also ambiguous. So we have this discontinuous change in the external environment. An organization has to do everything in its power to keep in step with that external environment. Now, and I'm sure we've mentioned this already, but there are two elements. There's the notion of strategic fit. Strategic fit is that magic point in time where the organization perfectly matches internally with its capacities and its resources and its capabilities and its culture, perfectly matches the realities of that insane environment. So strategic fit is that magic moment in time where you've hit the sweet spot. Strategic flexibility is to constantly keep hitting that sweet spot. So I don't know if anyone follows cricket, but Jacques Kallis is playing in the seniors league in America, and there's a picture of him doing the round at the moment of him playing, I think it was a cover drive when he was a youngster, and him at 48 playing a cover drive and just hitting the sweet spot on the bat. And it's that ability to constantly renew yourself, to constantly be relevant in the environment. So this organization here has to essentially keep in step with that external environment. And remember, it's this insane, volatile mess, constantly changing, uncertain, unpredictable, nut job environment. The way we keep in step is through our strategy. And we know that it's our strategic plan, and we know it's our vision and mission and our long-term objectives. And we know that the stuff that takes us to our long-term objectives are our strategies. We also know that when we create strategies that capitalize on strengths and opportunities and counteract threats and weaknesses. That vision and that mission statement and those long-term objectives generally are the responsibility of your executive, or the responsibility of your senior leadership. And that strategy is essential in terms of ensuring strategic fit and strategic flexibility. I know that was done very quickly. The modern definition of this strategic success and long-term strategic sustainable success is this stakeholder wealth creation. And we know that wealth creation is the new definition because it works. You can't say profitability is the current definition, because profits don't resonate whatsoever with customers and employees. So the focus nowadays is about stakeholder wealth creation, and you would have done this in third year. So when we look at strategy, it gives us our overall direction. It gives us an indication of the activities that we will be involved in. I'm going through it quickly because you would have done this. So we know at the top there, we have the vision, and what an organization's vision does. It gives us this framework, and That framework tells us what activities we need to perform. It frames the decisions that we have to take. It gives us an indication of the kind of structure, the kind of competencies. It also gives us an indication the resources and where our priorities are. Now, why we have this vision is about focus. If we think of what went wrong in Eskom, they had this vision of electricity for all, which they have fulfilled. It's just electricity for all sometimes. And the reality is, and I agree with whoever typed, I share your hate for SOEs, is they became an estate agent. Remember, they negotiate deals on behalf of the Guptas. They became bank. They loaned money to the Guptas. They started buying mines on behalf of the Guptas, and it just they lost their focus, and state capture and all the other nonsense was part of that. Yes, and Zuma took out all our Vuma, Musa. You know how I love Zuma. I think Musa heard me rant about that 1,000 times. And it wasn't, no, it was never pleasant. It was never appropriate. So we try and get this competitive advantage, and we can see the stuff that gives us competitive advantage. Can I just see, as an interesting aside, who knows their organization's vision off by heart, without checking it, without cheating? Who knows their organization's vision off by heart? Okay, Debs, give me your vision. Two out of 14, genigtig. That's poor show, guys. Tiang, okay, cool. Did you look it up, Tiang? Okay, very cool, Debs, very cool. Okay, yeah, it's interesting because if you think of the purpose, education beyond, very, very cool. If you think of the purpose of a vision, it's something that you should know automatically. It's something that should be on the tip of your tongue, because that vision, and let me go to my art here. I take my art very seriously, as you can imagine. Oh, wonderful, Tiang. That is brilliant. That vision is where your focus is every day. One of my favorite examples of a vision was, and it's not the best example to use, but it was such a powerful example at the time, was Nokia's vision. And remember, Nokia lacked the strategic flexibility to survive the world, simply because they stuck with that candy bar design phone, believing that touchscreens wouldn't be the future, and got their assumptions wrong. But their vision, let's say mid 2000s, was voice goes mobile, and they changed that vision to life goes mobile. Now, they never ever brought into fruition life goes mobile. All the other mobile devices, all the other brands had made that happen. But if your vision at that point is life goes mobile, imagine if you're the marketer, every day you know what you have to do to make life go mobile. If you're the hardware type person, the software type person, sorry guys, you know every day that you have a function to perform, and it's about making life go mobile. So you should know your vision. That vision comes from our CEO. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So in terms of strategic planning, no, Nomangezi, a purpose statement is the same as a mission statement. So it's a vision and then your mission statement or your purpose statement. Oh gosh, guys, I shouldn't show you my my passions here. It's your vision and then your mission statement. A purpose statement is another term for a mission statement. Okay, I was trying to find the paint there. Okay, the vision precedes is longer term, where your purpose and mission statements are more specific. So whether you use the term purpose statement or mission statement, it really is the same thing. So ShopRite Holdings Group use. Oh gosh, that's very, very, yeah, narrow-minded. It's myopic thinking that it's not the best idea in the world. Guys, and then so strategic leadership operate at this level, and it really would be your senior executive team that concern themselves with the performance at these high levels. So if we think of, if you have a second and you can open another screen. No, what am I saying? I can open another screen. But I always find it quite interesting how people underestimate this particular group. Data Holdings, sorry. And so this would be Tata Holdings. It would be that level, and then you'll see all the divisions under there. I want the global. Okay, maybe that was not it. No, well, that's very cool, Namangezi. That is very, very cool. Let me just see. Let's see if this takes us where we need to be. Come on. Guys, those are, is it showing me everything? No, it's not. Not showing me everything. Come on. Oh, guys, when you have a second, just look at the Tata Group and then look at their different brands. They're involved in everything from cars to hotels to IT support services to, I don't know if I said hotels, high-end hotels, to steelworks, to tea farms. At some point, they even ran the national airline of India that was, however, nationalized. But we're talking at the group level. All those divisions essentially take the vision from Tata. And this is where we're looking at. So when we look at strategic leadership, the kinds of things that we essentially have to worry about, and that's what I had explained, is keeping the organization aligned in terms of the different divisions, in terms of its structure, and keeping it relevant from a strategic fit perspective. So there is the definition, and this is what makes CEOs earn what they earn. It's the ability to, and there are a whole bunch of things there, but it's about the future. It is thinking in the future. It is about creating a vision for the future. It is about seeing this dream future. So the way I think of an organizational vision, it is something that's both inspirational and aspirational. It's something that inspires people to aspire to be great. So it's looking into the future. It creates this dream future, this ambitious future for the organization. And we do that by anticipating. We do that by thinking about the future. Give me examples of great visionaries in terms of organizations. Great visionaries who saw a future that others never had seen. Henry Ford, 100%, absolutely 100%. And he brought so many changes, including the moving production line. I mean, wonderful, wonderful human being. Yeah, I was thinking Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, my goodness me, his vision for the future. And I always just say to people, imagine we took Steve Jobs out of the universe completely. How different would our world be right now? Where would our world be? Elon, yeah, Elon, Bill Gates, yeah, absolutely. Adrian Gore, absolutely. I mean, wonderful, wonderful examples. And I always think, take those people out of the universe. How different would our worlds be? And what is interesting in giving us those names is it ties in with the so-called great man theory. And I know I'm being sexist, but it's called the great, oh, absolutely, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg. It ties in with the so-called great man theory, and we won't get to it. And it's called the great man theory. I'm not being sexist. My worry again, not a single female mentioned. I think we spoke about it the first time. Very much. Cheater, cheater, cheater. But wonderful examples of visionaries that created this viable future. Yeah, no, don't start now. Come, don't cheat now. Just individuals that have left an indelible impression on the world. And let's not forget Richard Branson, guys. Richard Branson would also go into that. And you can see where their job is: vision, mission, and the idea of those organizational objectives. For me, that vision starts everything. It's that thing that inspires people to aspire to greatness. Any comments before we sign off on vision and strategic leadership? Just as an interesting aside, who's ever sat down and written a vision for themselves? Very nice, Yvonne. I won't ask you to share it. Vision board, very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, that is so, so cool. Vision boards, lovely. My goodness me. And remember, a vision without any action and a plan and things like that is just a dream. So we remember there has to be, okay, very cool. Yeah, mine is not even midlife, it's old life now. Oh, Kim, how cool. Guys, how cool is that? Yeah, I think we all realize the value of a vision. Yeah, I know, Madala, boy. If you don't know what Madala is, look it up. A lot of miles on the clock. Guys, I have to go. I've got to get ready for my next class. I haven't even done the slides. So if you are going to attend the Remy class, you'll see that the slides are very new, but I shouldn't tell you. Midlife crisis, old life crisis, boy, old life crisis. I won't tell you at what stage of my life I'm in between. I'll tell you after I've switched the recording off. Yeah, no problem. At all, Whitney, no problem at all. I don't know, yeah, Whitney, you're on call. What textbook did I promise you, woman? Did I promise you a leadership textbook? Please remind me, Nomangezi. Put this on the WhatsApp group. I don't a strategic. Put it on the WhatsApp group and I'll upload. Okay. Okay. Put it on the WhatsApp group and I'll forget again. Oh yeah, no. Old life. My vision is, yeah, I won't share. I'm caught somewhere between a tablet that starts with V and nappies. So that's where my life is at the moment. Oh gosh, I'm oversharing. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm sorry, guys. If you want to complain, wait until. Don't do that now, you silly woman. Do it tomorrow. I'm not going to remember now. Do it during the day tomorrow. Yes, no, do it on Friday. Nomangezi, don't irritate me today and tomorrow. Do it on Friday during the day. Then I'll do it. Cheers, everyone. Look after yourselves. Yeah, any complaints, only submit it after Friday, because otherwise these exams will be bloody difficult. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
Night. Thank you.
Night, everyone.